It's episode 100 of Pat Bear's Anime Club, my every other Monday video series where I take a look at something from the world of anime that I want to talk about. Sometimes it's a deep dive into a subgenre. Sometimes it's the history of an artist or a series or an explainer about a show that maybe you're just like, I don't know, what's the big deal about Bleach? And then I'll tell you what's the big deal is. But in this case, we are taking a look at the spring 2023 season that's wrapping up right now, and we're going to look ahead to the summer 2023 season that is starting very soon. I think one show is starting this week, but most of them are starting like next week or the week after. There's a lot of anime to talk about. I'm going to try to get through it. We are using anychart.net. That is the website that we're using. I recently talked about that in a Pat Bear's Anime Club video. I talked about that, how I find anime, and this is a great resource for that. So you can take a look there and see if that's a good website for you to use to try to find out the new shows that are coming out. Or to find out what you missed if you were like, winter 2022, I didn't really watch anything. Well, maybe you'll be able to dig in and find that. Let's get into it right now. I'm going to start here with the spring season that we're currently wrapping up. I should also say this is being recorded live on Twitch, so I'll be referencing some people in chat if you are watching this after the fact on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, however you watch. All right, so A Galaxy Next Door. This is on my to check out list. A show that I did not watch during the season that it aired. It's now over 12 episodes, but I heard this is a nice romantic comedy. I had a few romantic comedy shows that I watched this season. GoBot TV, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome. We're just getting started here. We're going to go in alphabetical order through the spring shows. Alphabetical in English. They're Roman names. So Galaxy Next Door, yeah, that's on my list. I've heard good things. People seem to enjoy it. I would like to check it out. And I might be checking out one of the couple episodes starting soon. So if you've seen it, let me know what your thoughts. But yeah. Alice Gear's Aegis expansion. It's based on a video game. I did not watch it. Sometimes I can't get past a line in the description, and I just can't. So the line in this description that I couldn't get past was, now reassigned to starships forged of pieces of Earth's shattered moon, the final hope for humanity lies in the hands of actresses. That's capital A, actresses. Young women born with the ability to wield the only weapons that can harm Vice, that's the villains, Alice Gears, mechanical suits that can finally turn the tide against the alien incursion. When you start capitalizing regular old words to be like important words like Vice and actresses, I'm out. Usually, I'd have to hear from someone that like this was my favorite show of the season for me to get into that. Based on this description, I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't even know. This was like I think one of the only mecha shows this season. Obviously, there was a very good mecha show this season, but I try to give those a shot. But this just felt like maybe. I don't know what kind of video game Alice Gear is, but I assume it's a gacha game with a bunch of waifus. That's just my assumption. Okay. So, No Orchestra is a 2-core. So they're going to get into their, second half starting soon here. I do like a good music anime. Not to be confused with an idol anime, which I am not predisposed to enjoy idol shows, despite enjoying idol work, just not the shows about it. But this one did not necessarily seem interesting to me. I do like the idea that it's 2-core. That's fun. I love a good slow build of a show about music. But yeah, didn't get into that. Eventually we'll get to a show that I've actually watched. And it won't be Birdie Wing Golf Girl Story Season 2. I didn't watch this. I did not enjoy Birdie Wing Season 1. I stopped watching a couple episodes in. I do like some sports anime. I enjoy sports anime that is more like a shonen, that is more like a battle anime. I like that Birdie Wing does not seem to take itself particularly seriously. I have heard, I have heard that it does not stick the landing. That friends of mine who are really into the show were disappointed, and that's a shame. Because, uh, you know, a very queer show, a Gundam show without Gundams, it has been described to me as. Um, I hope that if there is more of it, then they can rebound from what apparently, again, this is from what I've heard from people, a disappointing end. Dead Mount Death Play does not have a disappointing end. I am shocked to report that this is a fun one. I did not cover this weekly. This is a show that I started getting into pretty recently. Here's the thing. I'll say this: Crunchyroll was showing clips of this show on their YouTube channel. They don't do that for every show because they got a lot of them now. And I was like, you know what? This main character, there's a goofiness to this show. I did not think it would be goofy, because obviously this is not them doing. This is AnyChart putting their descriptors there. But action, fantasy, supernatural thriller. It doesn't have to say comedy. This show is very funny and quirky and weird. If you like sharks, tiny sharks, this might be a series for you. I will say this. I forgot a core element of the show while I was watching it, in that this is a reincarnation story. So when we flashed back to like other characters in a fantasy world instead of this weird like magic world, modern world with magic, I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh wait, that's right. He got reincarnated. Okay. I don't think this show is for everyone, but it is for me. And I do like it. Watch some clips. Check out some clips. See if it's something you might be into. Demon Slayer. Only 11 episodes for this season, or this arc, but first episode and last episode were extra long. So you do get, you basically get about 13 episodes in the span of 11. What at this point, I shouldn't have to convince you that Demon Slayer is worth your time. It still has heart. It still has its light moments. It still has beautiful action, incredible music, gravitas. I think the first season might be a little too goofy. And now I'm at the point where the goofiness is like a sigh of relief. The silliness in moments is like, ebbs and flows. Whereas the first season, I think maybe I felt a little too like, yeah, when's it going to get cool again? And then it does. I mean, Demon Slayer is somewhat famous, known, at least here in the West, as a show that was just fine. And then all of a sudden word of mouth, it got so awesome that word of mouth spread, and it had a resurgence of people that had started it but kind of let it drop. And it is not slowed down. I mean, it was always popular in Japan as an anime, but it still fucking rules. If you told me this was your favorite show of the season, I wouldn't find a single fault with that. There's a few things I liked more, but I am savoring Demon Slayer because it's just eye candy. I did not finish Dr. Stone New World, which is the third season of Dr. Stone, plus the special that was in there. I've talked about Dr. Stone before. I don't need to rehash this too much. I will just say the introduction of new characters here helped, because I was kind of getting sick of some of the characters in it. I think everyone does a good job. It's just not for me. It just never really has. There's a premise within the first few episodes of Dr. Stone that I think is incredible, and what we get, I don't love as much. Duel Masters win. Duel Wars. I have not watched any of this. I've not watched any Duel Masters win. I've never watched any Duel Masters. Eden Zero Season 2. If you look at this, if you don't know what Eden's Zero is, and you just look at it, you immediately you're like, wait, they made more Fairy Tale? They didn't make more Fairy Tale. The guy what brought you Fairy Tale, and more importantly, Rave Master, uh, basically took some character designs from Fairy Tale, put it in a new setting. Some of the names are the same, and they got the same voice actors. Like almost every voice actor, if the character looks like the character from a previous show, there's other characters that look different, but there's a lot of characters that are the same. Happy is in it. The cat only is different this time, but the cat is in it. He's not from a different dimension. He's a robot. It's weird. Also, it's weird because Crunchyroll picked this up because the first season was on Netflix. And now it's on Crunchyroll. But they don't have the first season. And that's weird. That's the weirdest part to me. I don't know. I don't know how many episodes they're getting. I don't know if it's a 2-core or if it's going to be like 52 episodes. I don't know what they're doing with it. But I guess it's good that it's there. I don't know. I have not really kept up with Eden Zero. I am interested in the fact that Crunchyroll got it, where they didn't have the first season. That's weird. That's probably the more, like I said, most interesting thing. Gumma-chan Season 2. This is a kid show. It is not available with English subtitles. So I don't have for that. Hell's Paradise. It's beautiful because Mappa made it. I don't like it. I feel bad. It's important to have people that you respect and like out there and enjoy the works of, especially companies, right? I am not a stan for any production studio of anime. The closest I get is probably Mappa. Mappa has so many hits with me and so few misses. Like, even if their highest highs aren't as high as, say, a studio like, I don't know, Trigger, who have some shows that I absolutely hate and some that I love. I like most shit that Mappa puts out. Even their B team, Mappa's B team is still very good, and their C team isn't bad. But just like nothing about this show is interesting to me. It's just like an island where people murder each other. I'm not a big death game kind of person. That's just not my style. And I think this show works really well in clips. But the first 2 episodes made me very bored. I don't know. Your mileage may vary. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. At the time of this recording, the 13th episode has not come out. I was very surprised to find out this was getting a 13th episode. So, as I just said about Your Mileage May Vary, I can't convince you that this is going to be a show that you want to watch. It's an isekai about, but also he can go back between 2 worlds of a nice loser that is now no longer a loser because he's very cool. And he just saves the day with his cool magic. The best parts of it is that he has a little dog friend and a little pig friend. And he treats them like family. And that's lovely. Everything kind of goes right for him. He's overpowered. He's saving the day. You know, there's people that want him to be a model. There's people that want to date him. There are people that want to mess with him. And then they like get the fucking shit kicked out of them when they try to mess with him. He basically like picks up a motorcycle with a big guy on it. It's pretty fun. He judo throws a bear at one point. There's a rabbit that is cool and knows martial arts and teaches him martial arts. But also, the animation is dog shit. It's not the worst animated show this season, but it's one of them. There's a lot of like still frame with sound happening to imply motion, and a lot of like digital like movement of the camera to imply motion, but not animation. It's not good. It looks nice sometimes, but it's not good. Uh, I like Yuya. I kind of like this story. I've been reading the manga and I enjoy the manga. I don't know. I think it's nonsense. I don't know if it's for everybody. You might hate it. I enjoyed it. I also can't pretend that In Another World, my smartphone season 2 is good. It's not. At one point, I completely forgot who some of these characters were because there's so many waifus in this one. This is an overpowered main character, shows up in this world, uses a bunch of magic, has all these incredible stats. Uh, there's like conflict that gets resolved very easily. Season 2 is even more so. The tease from the end of season 1 about what might be coming with season 2 is a red herring. He's got to track down. There's like a big bad, but it's not really that big of bad yet. He's got to track down some stuff. There's a lot of hijinks and people, and he's just collecting more wives. Yeah, it's something that have on in the background. Um, the animal friends are probably the best part. There is a teddy bear that has been endowed with magic to move around. That's pretty good. But yeah, I can't tell you. I can't believe this got a second season. I don't think you should watch it. Insomniacs After School is lovely. I'm halfway through the series right now. Coming up at time of this recording, coming up to the 13th episode. I'm glad to hear 13 because I've been savoring it. I did not watch this as it aired. As I said, I've been watching it later. It's very chill. It's very lovely. Linden Films is doing a great job with this. Some of the animation is a little hit or miss here and there, but overall, great story. I should probably read the manga. Just track it down. But it's great. Again, if you told me this was your favorite show of the season, totally believe you. It's just patient and lovely. So, Kaguya-sama Love is War, The First Kiss That Never Ends, is the anime version of the movie. It takes the movie and breaks it up into 4 episodes. Then it put it all out in April, so it technically is part of the season. They did have a song that was not in the anime as the opening theme. If you didn't see the movie, you can watch these 4 episodes. Did this show need a movie? I don't think so. I think the 3rd season, Ultra Romantique, ended perfectly. I think the end to that is beautiful, and it didn't necessarily need this movie. But it is, I'll say this, if the build, some people always want the after of the build, right? The end is the build to the relationship, and then you have the relationship, and like, that's often when things kind of fall apart. There's still comedy to be had about these two and the various friends in their lives, so there's still more to it. And one of the strengths of Kaguya-sama Love is War is the minor characters feel like full-fledged characters. So, I mean, watch it if you've been watching. If you've already seen 3 seasons of the show and you've skipped the OVAs because they're bad, one OVA is okay and one is terrible, then you should probably watch this. Go say that. And A1 Pictures, clearly there's a lot of love for this show at A1 because they did a stellar work with it. Kamikatsu, Working for God in a Godless World, is an isekai that's also not an isekai. It's garbage. This is the worst animated show of the season. At one point in this show, there is a character that is driving a big plow. And you see the character's face and it's animated. And then you realize that the tractor is a photo that they've painted over. Not CG, it's a real tractor. And the body of this person is also a real human's body that they've painted over. And then they stuck a 2D animated face on top of it. Kamikatsu is a manga that I gave up on because I was like, I hate this. I hate what's happening here. It's just awful. And I read every isekai. You know me. I read every isekai. Welcome, Doodles the Great. We're in the letter K here, talking about the spring season. I'm talking mad shit about Kamikatsu working for God in a godless world. The manga made me angry. This anime, I only got 2 episodes in. I watched it mainly because people were talking so much shit about it that I was like, I have to see how bad this animation is. Because like I said, I watched some shows where the animation is not good. We'll talk about another one coming up where the backgrounds are beautiful, but the animation isn't up to snuff. But this is like, they basically put all their money. I thought they were hiring staff off X-Arm. Yeah, no, this is like they put their money into some effects, but they like wanted to have 12 episodes. Like if they'd done 10 episodes, maybe they would add a budget for other things. It's rough. It's not worth your time. Kizuna no Ali is a idol show, but it's like a VTuber idol show. So here's the thing about this one. It is ostensibly a world where Kizuna a VTuber of note, is a world where like people want to be VTubers and they're trying to figure it. They go to school to be VTubers. It's all about trying to become a VTuber, like Kizuna, who is really not in the show. So even if you're super into VTubers, this is not the show for you, because the VTuber you might want to see is missing as a character. Now, does she get found? I don't know. But I was already not super into this, but the friends I know who were like gung-ho about this were like, she's not in, what? Wait, what? It felt like a bait and switch, apparently. So, yeah, I didn't check it out. Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. So, I know people that really love Konosuba. I'm not one of them. This is a, like, prequel series about my favorite thing in a show that I don't enjoy. Megumin has a wonderful character arc in that she wants to use explosion magic. She wants to use grand, huge, incredibly powerful magic and doesn't want to worry about other fucking magic. She makes a strong choice. Cute, fun character with a big, silly choice. And I can appreciate that. That can't be your main character. It really can't. I think you have to know everything about Konosuba, and you have to love everything about Konosuba, so you can see little things that happen in it and go, oh, okay, so that does this and that does that, like a prequel. Like, this is not a prequel for people that don't love the show. You know what I mean? And even if this is my favorite part of the show, she can't carry the whole thing. It's rough. I tried Konosuba. I couldn't get past how big a bunch of schmucks they all were, and I was hoping this would be better, but I couldn't get into it. Yeah, so like, the thought would be maybe that this would be a bunch of people, normal people, reacting to this weirdo, where everyone is a fucking weirdo in different ways in Konosuba, which is nice, but not what I'm there for. But no, it's just like a bunch of other weirdos, and the joke wears thin because there's only one joke. Yeah. Kuma 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 Bear Punch, which is the second season of Kuma 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 Bear. This is a lovely isekai. The art for this one I thought was pretty damn good. Here and there were some, like, they cut some corners here and there, but overall I thought it was good. If you didn't watch the first season, you could actually honestly pick this up pretty easily. She really doesn't spend a lot of time thinking about her previous life or how she ended up there. There's no real investigations, like deep investigations of like thought investigations of like, I was in a VR game and given a gift of this outfit, and then I woke up in this world and it's real. One of the traits I love very much about Yuna um, is that even though she's just like, oh, I don't really want to do this. Oh, this is a whatever. She loves kids so much. And it's like a character trait. It's not just, well, she's the main character, so she should like kids and want to help kids. No. She feels that she got rich as a kid. And her parents used that money to live a lavish lifestyle and to travel the world because Yuna was their moneymaker. And that has profoundly influenced this character to the point where she wants kids to have a good life. And like, even if she's grumbling about having to go do something, if it means that kids are going to have a better life, directly or indirectly, that's her motivation. And it's so much more of a motivation than almost any other isekai character has ever had. It's like a character trait that isn't boobs related. It's unbelievable when you think about it. Like, yeah, she's not trying to get home. It's not revenge. It's not even, oh, I want to protect the first person that was nice to me. Or I'm here to save the world. This is my destiny. I have to defeat them. It's like, nah. She just like makes it her mission to help people and help kids because she wants them to have a better life. And like, if it also means she's got to beat up some bad guys or grown-ups or kill many, many wolves, she's going to do it. And there's something lovely about that. It is a delightful series. Yes, that is a good point, Doodles. The great. Yuna sees all young people as her kids, and you don't want to mess with them on a bear. Also, the bears are cute and great. There's a lot of like, oh, this is a weak adventurer. Oh wait, she's awesome. Like that's still present. I still enjoy it. I think this is a fun series. Also, it's Kuma 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 Bear, but the side series for the first season, the little joke series, was called Bear 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 Kuma, and it's very good. Magical Destroyers. I'm all for original anime. We need more goddamn original anime. I want less anime based on gacha games and more anime with the studio just fucking going for it with their weird idea. That being said, I don't think the show is good. I think the show has a dissonant, weird as hell opening song, and the opening animation is very cool. And then I'm like, oh no, maybe anime fans shouldn't make anime. Like art appreciators should certainly. You can love the creative process, you can love the business, but if you're, this feels like some people who are like, we finally get to make an anime and pour in all our favorite parts of anime. And I'm like, do you read other things? Do you like other stuff? You should probably like some other things. You know what I mean? It's just like, like you can be in. This does not feel introspective. This feels like we finally get to make an anime ass anime. We're gonna make an anime ass anime. And it's just like, yeah. Mashal, muscles, magic and muscles. I wouldn't go that far, Doodles. It doesn't feel like it's that. It feels like people who just need to broaden their frames of references a little bit. Mashal, Magic and Muscles, another A1 Pictures, good looking art for this. Clearly well done. It's almost over at the time of this recording, as I said. I've been watching it. I started watching it and then fell off like pretty immediately because I've read the manga. I'm not caught up on the manga, but I've read the manga. So Mashal is basically like, what if Saitama, One Punch Man, went to wizarding school? Or what if Asta from Black Clover, the only person without magic abilities, who is incredibly buff, what if instead of getting a sword that destroys magic or reflects magic, Asta just punched stuff, like if you only punch things? That's Mashal, Magic and Muscles. It really is, but it really is One Punch Man in school, Magic School, and I think the joke gets old. Like at a certain point in this manga, no spoilers, of course, but at a certain point in this manga, there is an explanation of some stuff. There is some you get a little story here and there, and it's in sprinkled throughout this, but it becomes more apparent later in the manga of what's going on, and it justifies it a little bit, but it doesn't build on it. Like one of the things that One Punch Man gets right is that it's like we can't make every minute of every episode about Saitama. We gotta talk about the other people and like give them their moments and their weird interactions. And then maybe the solution is, oh, and then we ran into Saitama and he punched someone or something. But it knows it's gotta like build its mythology. And I think Mashal is just like a little too much about like, hey, well, how is Mash gonna get out of this situation? It does the thing that I like of this is a villain, now they're not, because like everyone basically is just like, fuck you, you don't know magic. Wait, how did I lose to you? I'm going to figure that out. Well, why are you so nice? Well, I mean, hey, you can't say that to my friend. Like that just happens over and over again. And then when they try to be like, oh, but it won't work this time, but then it does, and it's like, all right. Yeah, I mean, like, it's good. It is a well-produced anime, but I'm still not fully sold on it. I also think that, like, they probably should have done the anime sooner, even though it's based on the manga. You want to have plenty of chapters come out, but it does feel like, it feels out of place because we're past this version of the good boy main character. Like I need a little bit more than Mash, who is just like, I'm gonna like protect my grandpa. Doing this is so for my grandpa. And I'm like, I need a little bit more than that in this era. I need a little bit more of like what your deal is, because there are a lot of good boys in shonen, but they've got, lately anyway, they got a little more heart to them, or a little edge to them maybe, or more of a reason for them to be there. I'm not seeing that in this. Mix Mice's Story Season 2. I didn't watch the first season of Mix, so I did not watch the second season of Mix. This is a 2-core show, so it's also got something for everyone. Comedy, drama, romance, slice of life, and sports. We did not get a good slice of life this season. I didn't think it was going to be this. I am missing my Girls Doing Things show. I did not get one of them. I did get this, though. This fucking shit. Season 2, episode 12 is coming this week. Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witcher Mercury, Season 2. My favorite show of the season. Obviously the best mecha show of the season, but also my favorite show. Was it a little slow paced at the beginning? Yeah, considering how the first season ended, the second season was like, well, where were they going to go from there? Well, they're going to pull back. And I thought that was reasonable. A lot of people in their feels, a lot of betrayals. You don't have to know that there are references to lots of different Gundam series in here. That even the eye catcher, the little like thing that plays in between like the commercial break, is a reference to Zeta Gundam. Like, you don't need to know any of that shit to enjoy this. The plethora of... You don't need to know that, like, there's a scene with fencing, and you could just be like, that was a dope fencing fight. And you don't have to remember that that is a thing that happens in multiple Gundam series where they settle some shit with fencing. You don't need that. If you have that education of it, it makes it even better. If you just want to watch a fucking queer-ass queer show about girls just trying their fucking best and the overarching thing of Well, this time around, instead of governments, it's corporations acting as governments, but also like, oh boy, so many parent problems. Woof, so many problems that are made so much worse by parents. Unbelievable. The Gundams that have been introduced towards the end of this season are incredible, just gorgeous. The designs are so strong. It looks so fucking good. I just want good things for Soletta. We got one more episode. So, yeah. I won't speak too much on season 1. If you are afraid that Gundam lost its step because they did a school series, one, it's not the first Gundam series to involve a school, and two, it's just a setting to tell a story. It's still that Gundam shit. Watch the prologue. I feel like people forgot the prologue happened because I was just like, I don't know. I don't care if there's quirkiness and there's it's like this girl being ostracized from everyone and finding refuge in the other losers. Yeah. And then also Gundams are going to show up and murder people. And it's going to get you what you want. It gets there. It takes its time, which is awesome. Oh, it's so good. Let's see. My Clueless First Friend got 13 episodes. Holy shit. Oh, My Clueless First Friend. I was covering this weekly during my streams, and I stopped because I wanted to savor it. Because I wanted to stop taking notes during the episodes. So, you got a sad little girl. She's the girl in the classroom that gets picked on. She's a gloomy girl, and people pick up on that, and they treat her terribly. And then, a very young, dumbass, beautiful young boy, just a dumb young himbo shows up. And he's just like, they call you the Shinigami? That's awesome. You have a force field? Cool. And he's just dumb as dirt and thinks that she's great. And it's just like, we're friends. And then when people are like, oh, you don't want to hang out with her because this, he's just like, that doesn't make any sense. And they know it doesn't make any sense. And it kind of shuts that shit down. The bullying continues here and there. But yeah, because bullying doesn't work. He's too dumb to bully. And popular and likable. And is just honest and earnest. And I'm not going to spoil too much of it, but there's a moment where our dumbass realizes that he's been hurting his friend, that words do matter, and he was hurting her accidentally. And she wasn't. She didn't feel bad about it, but he feels bad about it. And it's lovely. It's just a lovely series of people growing and being and figuring stuff out and friendship, and it's lovely feels, and you got to get over the bullying part of it, which I know for some people is just like, no, I can't, and I get that. It's so fun. Yeah, it's just a lovely series. I did not watch any of My Home Hero. The premise, I was just like, nah, I think I'm okay. It's just like, I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family. And I'm like, okay, sure. Good luck, dude. I hope it goes well for you. I don't know. I do know that my love story with Yamada-kun at level 999. Oh, yeah. This is a fucking slow burn. Ooh, it's a slow burn. Oh. Episodes where a bunch of things happen, but nothing progresses. But you get more character depth. Ooh. And yes, I do think that some of the scenarios just involved Akane getting hurt or drunk. And you're like, nah, it would be nice if they could figure out some other moments, but okay. And yes, too many young ladies are introduced in the show just to be annoying ladies. And you're like, all right. But, oh, it's good. It is good. It's a great series. I recommend it. One Hit Kill Sister. I did not watch. I want to see what their note is here. Oh, it streamed early. Okay. You know me. I like isekai. This one did not interest me. It was one of those things where I was like, this one could be not weird, but I bet it is. Because it's like, I don't know. Like, is she overprotective or is she creepy overprotective? And I just didn't feel like finding out. I hope it's not. I hope it is that she's just overprotective and it's just him, like, being kind of smothered by his older sister. But there's too high a risk that also she was going to be a real creep about him. And I was just like, you know what? I don't need to find out if that's what's happening or not. I'm okay. Opus Colors. Oh, Dirty, thank you very much for subscribing. Appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. We're chatting about this previous anime season here. I did not watch this. I have not heard a single thing about it. I don't know anyone that checked it out. I'm not saying that means that it wasn't good. I'm just saying I don't know anything about it. But this art school thing with, like, looking at all of these, like, boys, I was just like, no, I think I'm okay. What is this? Like, what's going on? Artists is in quotation marks, and I was like, no. What color is your world? It's been almost 10 years since perception art was born in the art world, and I'm just like, nah, no, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm like, nah. Oshinoko, we're getting the episode 11 soon. At the time of this recording. Almost done. But when this goes out on my YouTube, the show will be done with season 1. Oshinoko is many people's favorite show this season. Only 11 episodes, but that's also because the first episode was 90 minutes long. So, this is a series in 2 halves. And your enjoyment of the series, I think it's important to know which half you're interested in. If you are interested in young, talented people trying to figure out how to negotiate the world of entertainment in Japan, of idolhood and being on reality shows and being in groups and practicing and making appearances, and maybe you should try the YouTube route, or is this your way in of this, or like, oh well, this is washed up, or like, oh, we're honoring these people by doing that, and like we're trying to make it work. If that's interesting to you, this show fucking kicks ass. There's another part of the show where the main guy was a doctor, and then he died, and then he got reborn as one of the twins inside a woman that he had been taking care of to get ready for her pregnancy. And then she died. And that's in the first episode. So this kid, now a young adult, has infiltrated the world of idolhood and entertainment to try to figure out who set his mother up, which also, of course, led to his death as another in his previous life. And that shit fucking rules, and there's not enough of it. And maybe that's important. Maybe it's important that there's not enough of it but that's the shit I want more of, and I don't get that. I get stuff that I already know about, and I'm not super into here. I don't really like idol shows. I know about these things. I'm not super into, I'm definitely not into like the whole like kids going to like art school stuff, like Fame, the show, or the show that was based on the movie. I'm not super interested to like performing art school stuff. Like that's just not my style. That's not the kind of entertainment I'm looking for, right? But I do care about this like murder mystery shit. And I don't know if they're interested in that. I think it's beautifully animated. I think Dogakobo is a fantastic studio for this kind of work. It's a great choice for it. Music is fun. Um, uh, it's I think it's compelling. I am not gonna dig deep into this right now. The manga that this is based on highly referenced a moment in that happened in pop culture in Japan, a dark, sad moment in Japan pop culture, and directly referenced it in the manga, and that was adapted into this anime. And what was stinging, but felt you could feel the anger in the time for this industry, that industry, and what it had done to this person, and all of that. Over the course of several chapters of a manga released monthly, felt almost cathartic in many ways. Adapted into an anime, it's most of one episode and then never mentioned again. And it belittles that. It is a poor job. It does a poor job of adapting material based on a real event that happened to a real person. And when that real person's mother spoke out about how disappointed she was in the anime, fans of the anime talked shit to that poor woman. And so a product is not reflected in its fan base, but the most ardent fans of a thing are a window into that or a perspective you still need to acknowledge. So again, I'm not going to even farther deeper into that. I think Oshinoko has the best pilot. The first episode, which is 90 minutes, is the best thing this season because it's a wild fucking ride. It is like a weird, great movie. And I think the rest of the series chases something else that is not that. And I'm not super thrilled with it. But I also understand why it's some people's favorite show this season. Otaku Elf is lovely. I don't have to get too much in this. It's an isekai. Okay, so in the strictest sense, if you believe that an element to isekai is that the main character is from our world and transfers to a different world, or is reincarnated in a different world that is like a fantasy world or something, this is not an isekai. But if you believe in the loosest definition of what an isekai is, that it's just a different world, the main character is in a different world, this is an isekai because our main character is an elf who, in the Edo period, was brought to Japan. There's several elves that did this. They are shrine maidens now, and they've lived there. And it is a lovely little series about a girl who is a shut-in, a reasonably understandable shut-in, because her life is very long and the lives of the people around her are not as much. And they dwell on that, but they also just dwell on, like, introducing other elves and the relationships between the young ladies. This young lady that has been assigned to her, who she will see age and to the point where she can't do it anymore. And then another young lady, and that cycle will repeat. But it doesn't dwell on that because it is a fun slice of life. This is, I guess, the Girls Doing Things show of the season. Because a lot of it is just like, well, you know, when I first got here, this happened. And it's like historical fact that's fun. And then, oh, the reality of the modern era. It's the second best Gundam series this season. There's some model kit stuff. It's fun. I liked it. I thought it was a lovely show. Totally worth checking out. I'm so behind on Pokemon. This, I guess, is the new series. I don't know. I haven't checked it out. I don't even know if I don't think this is out in English or subtitled anywhere. It might be. No, I don't think it is. Ring of Kings, The Treasure Chest of Courage was a 10-episode series. It's a bunch of like extra side stories compiled. It's the continuing adventures of one of the best good boys in anime. It's good. I think the dynamic of the first series is lost it's purposely lost because there's not that things happen. And I think it is missing a little bit because of that. But it's still good. It's still a good show. Still worth checking out. Ranking Kings is still great, and this is still fun. Uh, Rokudo's Bad Girls, I did not watch at all. This feels like an anime that when I was like 14, that I would have been like really psyched about, because it is like, it's another one of those like, hey, what about a dude that doesn't do shit, that has no redeeming, like no incredible, like just like the most milquetoast main character dude, and like then we'll just like throw a bunch of ladies at him. It's like, what if Tenchi didn't like get good at martial arts and was just like episode 1 Tenchi, and then also every girl that fell in love with him were all Ryokos, and that's Rokudo's Bad Girls. And like, I made it sound way better than it is, because it's not good. I do like the idea that all of these different like delinquents all like one guy, but like that dude doesn't have anything. He is a character that is reflected on the people around him. There's nothing to him. Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. This is the show. This is a 2-core, and I'm so surprised this is getting a 2 length, because it makes sense, because this is the slowest series that I've ever loved. Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts is glacially paced and repetitive. The art is good. The animation isn't great. The backgrounds are gorgeous. They look like watercolor paintings. Yeah, Izuna Dropped says, oh, so it's a K-drama. Yeah. So, like, this girl, Seraphy, her name means sacrifice. She literally was raised so the other kids in her family wouldn't be sacrificed, so she could be the sacrifice to the King of Beasts. Now, it turns out King of Beasts doesn't actually kill those sacrifices. He like lets them escape, and they figure out their way. But she has nowhere to go to. And like, if she came back, they would just try to send her again or kill her. She has nothing. She has no connection to that world. And she's kind of into this dude. And he's like, all right, well, you know my secret. You're going to be my queen. And you might imagine that the other beasts of the Kingdom of Beasts are not thrilled with this human girl suddenly becoming their queen, because each of the different races have like a princess candidate. And it's not just like the political machinations of, oh, well, if we're the queen, if the lizard people have a queen, then we're benefiting from that. And all those kind of shenanigans, but also underlining everybody's like, hey, humans fucking try to kill us all the time. Why would you make a human the queen? And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Now, he's half human. That's the big secret. But nobody fucking knows that shit except for her. So they got a connection. They're falling in love. It's working out. But almost every episode is, hey, this one person has a trial for this queen. And she's going to have to pass this test. And then the King of Beasts is like, oh, you secretly tried to mess with my queen? I'm going to murder you. And then she's like, don't murder them. And that repeats. And they change it up by, at one point, there's another human that shows up. And he sucks. He sucks in a guy that thinks he's a nice guy kind of way, which is fun. That's a fun change. But most of the episodes are just like, well, you'll have to pass my test. And it's like, why? The king said that she's going to marry him. Fuck you. Who are you to say that? I'm enjoying this show a great deal. I like the story and characters enough to overlook the limits of the animation. Yes. So again, beautiful backgrounds, watercolors, great voice acting. Animation is like, there's not a lot of animation budget. They spend the money in the backgrounds. I can't believe this is going to be 24 episodes. I like it. I might make it sound like I don't, but I am hoping the second half of it. Sorry, I'm hoping that they pick up the pace and like, I don't know. Hey, introduced me to a character who maybe later turns out isn't interested in helping out and was lying, but comes in wanting this marriage to happen. Like, give me that twist. That would be a great twist. The twist now is that like people are shitty, and then every once in a while you understand the reason why they're shitty, and it repeats. I don't know. Skip and Loafer, great show. This is a show that I kind of dropped and then picked back up. This is a lovely little slice of life that has some romance, but to me is more about that. Talk about a great main character who grows throughout the course of it, right? Like, and it partially is the kind of trite. Oh, I have met someone that has changed my perspective, but it's also like I have moved to a different place and I am bringing that perspective, my perspective there, and opening up my horizons. And like big fish in a little pond, sometimes the big fish doesn't realize that it's a little pond, and I think that's really interesting, to like move and see how that goes. And also like her connection with her childhood friend still lives in the town. Like there's a lot to love about this show. PA Works. PA Works is great. I don't know what to tell you. PA Works, they do a good job with animation. This is a lovely looking show, and I would recommend it. I think you should check it out. Sorcerer, Stab, and Orphan, Doom of Dragon Sanctuary. I don't know what this is. Oh, sorry. There we go. This is the fourth season. I can't fucking believe they're still making Sorceress, Stabber, Orphan. I have talked enough shit about this show. I do not need to keep talking shit about this. This is a series that did not need to get remade because they made plenty of episodes the first time. It feels very dated. Whereas like Shaman King kind of feels classic outside of the snowboard when they remade Shaman King. I was like, I don't know about that. But this show feels very fucking dated. I can't believe Studio Dean is a good studio, and I wish they weren't working on this because I just don't think it's good. Stella of the Theater, World Die Star. I did not watch a second of this. This is another like performing, but also there's a theater troupe and like nah. Summoned to Another World for the second time is fine. This manga I kind of gave up on. I think this is better than some of the other. There's a lot of isekai where they cut corners. This is definitely one of them where they didn't. They didn't really cut corners of this, but it's just also not good. The source material isn't that great. The premise, I think, is really fun of like, hey, I got summoned, then I went back to Earth with a new body, and I got reincarnated on Earth, and then I got summoned again. And I got to fix the shit that went wrong the first time. It's a fun premise. I just don't think it's good. Tengoku Daimako. I don't even remember this one. What is this? Monsters. Oddjob Girl. Oh boy. Dying Wish to take a boy named Maru to a place called Heaven. Production IG. If you told me that this show, Heavily Delusion. Yeah. If you told me that this show got like postponed and only like 2 episodes aired, I believe you. I think like one person I know liked this show. I just like, what was it? It's on High Dive and Disney Plus, or Hulu and Disney. Well, not High Dive, Hulu and Disney Plus. Yeah, I don't have Hulu. I don't have Disney Plus. It's probably Hulu in the U.S. and Disney Plus other places. But like, I've read about this show and completely forgotten about it. But now that someone said Heavenly Delusion in chat, thank you, Doodles. I'm reminded that someone mentioned it the other day as a show they really liked this season, and I was like, I don't know what I usually know with the anime that comes out, but it makes sense if it wasn't on High Dive or Crunchyroll. I wasn't paying attention. Ancient Mage's Bride Season 2. Uh, Not all slice of lives are cozy. So if you like a little bit of just a hint of dread in your anime, if you like stuff where you're like, ooh, it's fantastical and beautiful, but also unsettling, and you're like, well, what's about? And then sometimes it does. Sometimes it is like, oh shit, but other times it's just like, oh no, that was just weird. The very idea that magic is probably actually terrifying and creepy is it throughout the Ancient Mage's Bride. Even the fact that it's like, oh, they went to school. You're like, okay. The college. And I usually don't like that kind of a thing. But there's just something about this series that's just like gorgeous. It's so much money gets put into the show, clearly. It's beautiful and weird and unsettling. And I'm not necessarily one for that, but I think it's handled so well. This was a show, the first season of this, I did not watch when it aired because I was just like, I bet I won't like that. But a couple of my friends were like, no, Pat, you'd get really into, you'd get, one of my friends said something to the effect of, Pat, you'd get annoyingly into this show. And I was like, ooh, that to me, if someone tells me that I would be so into something that I would be annoying about it, they know what I like when they say something like that. So, Ancient Mage's Bride Season 2, like, yeah. The Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventure, Serving Gods Who Go Too Far. This is one of those isekais where they did spend money. Occasionally there's some CGI bullshit, but like, some money was spent on this one. Also, Magic Bus is the good name of a studio. So this is Kine is an overpowered, he is one of the most overpowered main characters. By the end of this season, he has 3 brides. He's engaged to 3 people. The more to come in the manga. I've been reading the manga. He has some cool animal companions. There is an old butler who is actually a demon. That's fun. That comes late. The demons come late in the show. He's just so stupidly strong. But a thing happens in this show that I appreciate. In a similar way to the pharmacist, pharmacist in another world pharmacy, I think that's what it's called, where like he had these powers and people were freaked the fuck out. In this world, like he goes above and beyond and goes overboard, and people are pissed off. Like he's angry, so he's like taking out on some monsters in the forest, and people are freaked out by that. He like punches a hole in the wall of the school and shows off incredible magic that's beyond anything. And then like the king in the show is constantly like, why do I have to keep talking to you? Relax. What's your level right now? Oh, you're a demigod? What's going on? You met the founder of our country? What are you talking about? Like, you killed a dragon? You're 8. Like, there's a lot of people just being like, what do you want from us, my guy? What's happening right now? It's pretty fun. There's like, oh, you know that scene that happens, I'll move on because this is not worth the time. But you know that scene in anime where there's like the shitty noble in this kind of a story? There's a shitty noble and he's just shitty. And then later you find out his parents are shitty too, right? And the main character gets his comeuppance, and then like sometimes that character becomes a tool of the evil people, and other times they're just the butt of a joke. In this one, he does make the shitty noble and that shitty noble's shitty dad embarrassed and feel terrible, right? But the king is like, you used me to belittle people. You used me to belittle a noble in the country. I'm pissed off about that. And that's fun. Also, that shitty noble does, not in the anime, because it hasn't gotten there yet if it gets in their season. In the manga, currently, that shitty noble is trying to fuck shit up for our main guy. It's an easy fucking watch. You could knock these episodes out. They just like move along so quickly. It's not great, but it's pretty good. The Cafe Terrace and its Goddesses. I did not watch this. Um, because the premise made me go, nah, I'm good. After inheriting his late grandmother's failing cafe, Hayato sees it as a bother and plans to sell it for a quick buck until he discovers 5 beautiful girls staying there. When they beg him to keep the cafe open, Hayato reluctantly gives in. Can he manage the seaside shop while learning to live with these unruly women? I bet he can. And I bet they all have one character trait. Just one. I bet they have only one character trait. And I bet they all fall in love with him. I mean, who knows? I don't know. It's also ecchi and romance. So I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. The Danger's in My Heart. Did this get 12 episodes? I think it might be postponed. I don't remember. It might be another show, and I apologize. This seemed like a totally fine. There's so much romance slice of life this season. This season was chock full, and I think that's unfair to this, which seemed like it could be fun, but there was just so many good things out this season that I didn't get around to this one. But like, I don't know, popular girl, guy who tries to be weird. Like, I'm 43. I just don't know if that's what I just didn't. It just didn't work for me. I don't know. This was almost as good as my clueless first friend, says Doodles. Yeah, I just like, I don't know. There was something about it that just like I didn't feel like I was going to get into it. The Idolmaster Cinderella Girls didn't watch. The legendary hero is dead. This manga made me fucking furious. This is also another one of those series where they have $0. They have no money to do the show. But the premise just infuriated me because the main character sucks. And I was like, maybe he'll become a better person, but I don't think he will. And I just don't. Now I was like, nah, I'm good. The Marginal Service, I did not. I am. Yeah, no. Yes, that's right. There's a squirrel in this one. Uh, yeah, I don't know anything about this anime except there's a squirrel in it. Tokyo Mew 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 Tokyo Mew Mew New Season 2. I love that they're making one. I love there's just not enough shoujo. There's not enough magical girl, I should say. Yes, there's not enough shoujo. There's not enough magical girl anime out there. I love that there's a magical anime out here, and they're redoing Tokyo Mew Mew, and they called it Tokyo Mew Mew New. I just love everything about it. It's fun. I'm behind. I did not finish this season because there was just a lot of anime out. This is a fun ride. I would say watch a couple episodes of Mew, New, the first season to see if this is something you're vibing with. But it's just fun. It's just like fun and silly. It's a good time. Tonikawa Over the Moon for You Season 2. The manga is called Fly Me to the Moon. She gets a little weird toward the end of this where like it finally gets a little. When this show was first being talked about, it was described as sci-fi because the main character's name was NASA. But it's not really sci-fi. And you're like, Tonikawa Over the Moon, like, is this like a retelling of like some like Chinese stories of like a lady born from the moon? And like this season kind of like gets a little weird with it. But mostly this is just about like two cuties that decided to get married, and they have a life together. They're just young, kind of weird. They're both weird in fun ways. And it's just saccharine sweet. It's very sweet. Like I said, this was a great season if you like romance slice of lives. Or lives, I should say. And it's less weird than sorry, not weird. It has less people who don't want them to get married this season, in my opinion. The first season had too many people that wanted them to that did not want them to get married and were annoying about it. And this season, like, people kind of like fucking settled down. There's like one person that really is testing them, but other than that, it's just enjoyable. Too Cute Crisis is another inverted isekai or an isekai, depending on your perspective. It's about an alien that comes to Earth to decide if Earth should be destroyed or saved, because that's her job. And then she discovers a cat, and she's just like, what's up with this thing? And dogs and hamsters and bunnies and other aliens are like, hey, the stuff you sent us, like, what's going on there? These are terrifying or weird. It's like, no, they're great. And everyone's like, why does it hurt my heart how cute these things are? Why am I puddle? Like, so it's just aliens, and then, like, there's a whole thing about somebody that, like, has their pet and is like a social media star, and like the cats get to meet, and it's just like misunderstandings, and there's like a whole thing about them faint like giraffes, and like, you would say, Pat, this cannot last for 12 episodes, and it does somehow. It has the flimsiest plot, but the animals are so great. And yes, I understand Doodle's saying the repetition was tiring. The animation is not great, but I think the character design makes up for it, because they put all their money into what if this cat is cute and does cute stuff. Hey, let's put a bow tie on this animal and have it move around. I loved it. I think this is just like a very fun series. It's not my favorite show of the season, but it was a really enjoyable show. It was fun. This and Otaku Elf I watched back to back, and that was a great like block of cute shit. Did anybody pick this up? No. Okay, nobody picked this up. I didn't see this show. I don't know what this is. Run for the money. Why Raeliana ended up at the Duke's mansion. I am reading this manhwa right now. This is on Crunchyroll. I am reading this manhwa because this art is nice. The animation is... I can't watch this anime. There are characters that just move, like slide. There's a point where someone pushes someone off a cliff, and I only know that because one of the characters said it. Because otherwise, there's no way for me to know based on the animation. The manhwa is good. This story is well told. I think this is like pretty great. As far as the like, I woke up as the villainess in a novel, the Otome style thing. It's not an Otome game, but it's that kind of thing. I think it's really good. I think it is disrespectful for this studio to be called Typhoon Graphics. Because it's fucking rough to look at. It is a rough series to watch move. So I recommend the manhwa. Yuri is my job. Not enough Yuri in the first 6 episodes. I got halfway through the show. I imagine I could have turned the corner on the main character. I didn't in 6 episodes. There was not a single character in the first 6 episodes that I liked at all. And I was like, is this show actually gay? Or is it like, like subtext gay? Or it's never going to be like, what the fuck? I couldn't make heads or tails of this. But like, yeah, a couple episodes, 6 episodes in, I was like, I gave this too many episodes. I should have bailed at episode 4. So yeah, did not love that. That's the end of the main stuff. We're going to try to blaze this because we haven't even gotten to the next season. And it's been a while we got in here. Because I didn't watch any shorts this season. Not a lot of them come out. Leftovers, which were 2 cores. Boku no Roboco. Didn't watch that. It's not out here. Soaring Sky, Pretty Cure. Did not watch that. Lots of respect for Pretty Cure, particularly this Soaring Sky, because we had a dude. Our first, I believe, the first dude in the show. Our first prince. There might have been another prince, but I know this one had a prince in it. And it had a prince and a baby. And that's just fun. Vinland Saga Season 2. This was the second part of that. I don't like Vinland Saga as much as other people do. This season, I just finished it. It's much more introspective than the first season. And I know some people really hated this season. And I thought it was much better than the first one. It's just a heavy show. I watched like 3 episodes in a row one day, and then I had to like watch something very funny because I was just like, oh, it's like a heavy weighted show. Mappa does good work. I've talked about it. Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. I haven't watched yet. That's on Netflix. I gotta watch that. That's the continuation of Black Clover, a series I enjoyed. Studio Pierrot does great work. Their movie stuff, adaptations of their own work is good. I gotta check that shit out. That's the movie that I most need to catch up on. I don't think I watched any movies this season, but we'll go through real quick. Yes, The Fault, the Great Bang Universe. I haven't seen that. Still making fucking Psycho-Pass shit. They're still making it. I'm a hater of Psycho-Pass. Oh yeah, that movie came out. Yeah, good for them. And then some specials. We got Baer, Kuma Punch. Now, should this have been called Baer, Kuma Kick? Yes. But so good. And then, yeah, a bunch of shorts and stuff. I don't see any of these. Ones, OVs. Oh, yeah, there's some clips there. In between clips, yeah. I did see that. That was good. All right. Holy shit. We can finally, I'm going to drink a large sip of water here, and we can finally fucking get into the new shows. It's time. So this is, at the time of this recording, the new season, I believe. Yes. So, like, the first show is starting very soon. I think there's one thing that actually did start here. If I go by start date, that's right. So, episode 1 of Yohane, the Phaleon, the Sunrise in the Mirror already came out. So the season has actually officially started. We're going to go by title, though. I'm going to try to get through these pretty quickly. Just give my thoughts if I'm interested in checking it out or not. If you have any thoughts about these shows, if you're hyped for anything, you leave it in the comment chat there. Or if you're watching this later on YouTube, leave in the comments what you're hyped about. Am I actually the strongest? I did not enjoy the manga of this. It's based on a light novel in the manga. It's kind of fun, but also not really. And it's fine. I'm not going to watch it because the manga and light novels did not jump out to me. I think if this was going to be your isekai of the season, it's not a terrible idea. Alter Ryza, Ever Darkness, and the Secret Hideout. The animation is based on a video game. I know nothing about that, but probably going to pass. I do like Linden Films, but nah, I'm probably good. Ayaka, Orphan, action series, a bunch of islands where there are dragons, and this just seems like an anime I won't remember until I do this in 3 months. You know what I mean? It just feels like one of them, like, maybe it's great, but it doesn't stand out to me. Bang Dream, it's my go. This is an idol kind of series here. This is a new anime in the Bang Dream franchise. Announced at My Go 4th live concert. I'm good. Bleach Thousand Year War. Thousand Year Blood War: The Separation. This is the sequel to the Thousand Year Blood War, so it's the second part of the final arc. I respect that Bleach is back. I appreciate that they're going to finish the fight. The manga got so unwieldy in the last arc that an anime adaptation is probably for the best, although the anime got also unwieldy towards the end. I'm happy that there's more Bleach, I guess. For the Bleach heads out there, I'm happy for you. And also the people at Studio Pierrot seem fucking jazzed about it. Bungo Stray Dogs 5? Can you fucking believe they're still making Bungo Stray Dogs? Come on, Bones. Let it go. This show isn't even super popular in Japan anymore. More card fight. Classroom for Heroes. I have read this manga. It is fine. It is the dude who seems like he sucks. Dude who seems like he's not great. Shows up and turns things upside down. Aristfan says, my kid loves it. Nice. Thank you, Aristfan. I don't know what... does your kid love Bungo Stray Dogs? Is that what... I'm going to guess your kid either likes Bungo Stray Dogs or Card Fighter Vanguard Will Dress Season 3. But I'm going to assume it was Bungo. Bungo, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it's... At a certain point, like... How many more people do these guys have to kill while they hate each other, but also work really well together? Classroom for Heroes is fine. I don't think I'm going to watch this. Okay, here's the thing. If this is like a Sunday, Monday show, or like one of those shows that is during a period where I don't have a lot of shows to watch, I might watch Classroom for Heroes, because Crunchyroll's picking it up. But I don't really like the source material. It's fine. Dark Gathering. I've wanted to get into Dark Gathering. I've bounced off the manga a bunch. Weird psychic mediums and nonsense and. Yeah, I've kind of wanted to try to get into Dark Gathering, but I don't think this is going to be the time. So they're doing more. Why are they calling it second season? They're doing more of A Devil is a Part-Timer. It's like the second part. It's the second part of season 2. I did not particularly think that season 1 of part 2. I don't think it needed to come back. I don't know. It didn't feel like it needs to. I don't know. Helk. What's Helk? I didn't see this in the last time I looked. I looked at this the other day to prep. Four Heavenly Kings tournament. Oh, it's the human. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is another one of those like. Human that wants to help the Demon King. Yeah. I have a friend that really likes Helk. That's right. I remember what this is now. I might give this a shot. Horimiya, The Missing Pieces. This is basically stuff that didn't make into the first season of Horimiya, like odd side stories. So it might not necessarily have a rhyme or reason. Helk looks a bit like Mashal as the Demon King. Yeah, I think it's a little bit about like the that hero that quit. I forget the name of that one. I Quit Heroing, which I've enjoyed in the past. That I enjoyed that series. So, Horimiya is great. That first season. If you didn't watch Horimiya, it was on Funimation, so it should be on Crunchyroll now. Watch that. It's great. It's awesome. I'm hoping they get dark in this one because there's some shit they kind of skipped over. There's a little bit of sadness here and there they skipped that I wouldn't mind seeing in this. I don't know what we're getting with this, but I'm going to check it out because Horimiya is great. I don't know if I'll cover it weekly, but I'm going to check it out. Pie in the Sky, producing this one. The author of Full Metal Alchemist presents her life of blood, sweat, and laughter in comic and now anime form. Okay, so this is a series about farming based on the creator of Full Metal Alchemist's life. So it's like a okay, that's interesting. I don't know if I'm going to watch this. Yeah, I mean, this might be something I try. We'll see if any. At the time of this recording, we don't know if anyone picked this up because it has not been updated. But yeah, all right. Autobiographical manga turned anime. I might check that out. I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen second season. Of fucking course, I'm going to be watching this shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Jujutsu Kaisen was one of my favorite shows of that year, especially the second core. Second core is better than the first core, which is rare. For me anyway, usually diminishing returns, but in that case, it just built and built and built. Of fucking course I'm going to be watching this shit. You know I'm going to. Will I talk about it every week? I don't know. Mappa fucking rules as well. Level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero. I'm good. Nah, I don't need this weird romantic comedy nonsense shut-ins thing. I'm good. Liar, Liar. A mind game of lies and deceit begins. At Academy Island, ooh, it's an island, students battle in games to win stars, hoping to earn the prestigious title 7-star. Yeah. Nah. Maybe it's great, but nah, I'm good. That might be a show where if someone is like, hey, this actually rules, I might check it out. But Malevolent Spirits, Momonogatari Core 2. Man, I can't remember if I finished Mononogatari 1. I don't remember if I finished 1, let alone to start 2. I might not have finished that. Oh, no. Masamune's Kun Revenge R. There's something lovely about a series that hates its main character. Because I'm convinced, like sometimes shows seem, or, you know, source material obviously seems unaware that their main character sucks. I think that this is actually kind of subversive. It's attempting, or at least attempting to be subversive in that it is aware that the best revenge is living well, and he does have a better life in an attempt to then get his revenge, but the steps of his revenge are just making his life worse. I think they're aware of that. It doesn't mean I want to watch this show, but I do appreciate that. That I think I'm supposed to look at this and go, shut the fuck up, dude. Grow up. Yeah, you got bullied. That sucks. I hate that for you. But this is not healthy. I don't know. Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Season 2. This is the most beautiful isekai out this season. There's not going to be a show that looks better than this. The art is going to be beautiful. The animation is going to be lovely. The magic is going to look impressive and incredible. I've talked about this show. Rudius is, in many ways, he is the godfather of this genre, what we know as the modern isekai. And every mistake that people have learned from this show, or from the manga and the light novel, the anime kept in. He sucks. He's completely unlikable and mildly redeemable, but very little redeemable. He does grow, but he starts off so trash that, like, a lot of other series skip that part, and they start off a little bit better than he is as a person. Um, but yeah, it's still the grandfather of it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna cover it because I just get mad because I'll be like, and this happens. Oh, and this is gorgeous. And then Rudy fucking steals some goddamn underwear. And I can't do that anymore. Um, My Happy Marriage. Uh, Maybe? It's at Netflix, but I don't know if it's going to be Netflix US. Maybe I'll watch this. Probably not. I'm going to watch My Tiny Senpai. Look, this is not even the first anime in like a year where we've had this like tiny senpai premise for a work-based romantic comedy. But it's fun. Uh this is like a fan creation that became incredibly popular and is getting an anime, which I think is really fucking fun and cool. Um, uh, yeah, I think this is gonna be cute. This is gonna be a cute show. I'll be checking it out. Crunchyroll picked it up. Nice. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. This is a manga that I think is fucking fine. Um, I think the premise of there's been a run of for years ago of what if a dude who like doesn't suck as a person, but like yeah, isekai is great, but what if you show up and you're not strong? Like you're just not strong. Like you just don't have any good skills. Well, he does actually have a skill, which is drop skill all S's, which is powerful. But like, how does he make that work? Also, Emily is probably going to be the best girl of the season and might be best girl of the year. Emily is like that great of a fun little character. Like you want good things for her and her big fucking hammer. If you like small character, big weapon, you might want to check this one out. It's not bad. Not bad at all. It's not great, but it's not bad. I read the manga and couldn't finish it. Nice characters except for the rabbit. Yeah, the rabbit isn't nice. I wonder if they downplay that for the anime. They might. Reborn is a vending machine. I now wander the dungeon. I've covered this in my like weirdest premises for isekai or the we talked about this before, like the postmodern isekai. How I'm going to be incredibly brief on this. Ghost Valve just says this based on things. There's stories of people going to other worlds, right? The popularization of stories like Alice in Wonderland influenced stories in Japan. So the first isekais that we think of in isekai, we think of stories that feature women. There's an explosion of Magic Earth, Ray Earth, Magic Knight Ray Earth, Fushigi Yugi, Escaflowne, female-led isekai. And then, in part due to jobless reincarnation, there is a plethora of modern isekai. Which the modern isekai is male focused. It is the harem story. It is the tropes that we know. ReZero, it became incredibly popular. Sword Art Online, which is or isn't an isekai. It's a death game anime, but whatever. It still popularized a lot of those tropes. Those things became the foundation of modern isekai. And then there's throwback isekai, where we focus on women, the otome genre of the I'm in a dating game, I'm a girl, and I'm the villainess. Those are throwbacks. And then you have postmodern, like I'm a spider, I'm a slime, I'm an onsen, I'm a vending machine. This is the natural progression of that. Now we're doing. Then there's isekai without isekai. It's just overpowered main characters. There's the Go to Earth isekai. This manga is a story of a guy back on Earth. We get references to when he was there, but we don't really see what he did in that other world. We're focusing on what he's doing in this world. The post isekai stories. This is one of those weird ones. Campfire cooking in another world, my third skill. I mean, that's great. That's a fun one. Those are the chill ones. Yes. But this one I've read some of, and it's just fucking weird and wild, and enjoyable. Can't move, but that doesn't matter. The problem of being a vending machine that can't move gets solved fairly interesting and fairly quickly. I'm going to give this at least a couple episodes because I have enjoyed the manga, and it is a nonsense premise. And I do want to say, at least a couple times on stream when I'm working on model kits, Reborn is a vending machine. I now wander the dungeon because that is just fun to say. Reign of Seven Spellblades. If you told me this was based on a video game, I would believe you. There's just no... It's springtime at Kimberly Magic Academy. There's just no way There's just no way that I'm going to watch this. Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 3. They're still making Rent-A-Girlfriend. I know. I'm old. I get it. Kids deserve better. Teens deserve better anime than Rent-A-Girlfriend. Watch My Teenage Snafu. Watch the cosplay one. The very horny one about cosplay. My Dress Up Darling. Hell, watch Quintessential Quintuplets, a show that's not good, but is better than this. Watch We Never Learn. We Never Learn, even with the fact that We Never Learn has a teacher interested in a student, a thing I fucking hate in romantic comedies. We Never Learn is 1,000 times better than Rent-A-Girlfriend. People deserve better than this anime. Ugh. Hey, they're redoing Rurouni Kenshin's back. The manga is back, and now they're fucking readapting it. I'm not gonna watch it. There is a place in my heart for those characters. But even if I didn't have a fundamental issue with Kenshin being back, like Rurouni Kenshin being back, I don't think Kenshin as a main character works in 2023. In the same way that, like, one of my big problems with the new Vash, with the new Trigun series is, like, I don't know if fucking Vash works in 2023. I definitely don't think I'm a goofy dude that says words weird sometimes, but also I'm a badass. Like, I think you have to be a badass more. I don't know. There's a lot of questions about that, but I'll never know because I'm not going to watch it. Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. Okay. There's a romantic comedy slice of life. All right, yeah, I'm going to watch this. Doga Kobo is a fucking fantastic studio for this kind of work. Hell yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. I'll watch this. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but I'll definitely give the first episode a look. Shadowverse, not going to watch that. Shinigami Bochan to Kuro Maid second season. Oh, okay, this is the second season of The Duke of Death and His Maid, a show that I didn't love, but I did like. I'll probably watch that. JC Staff's doing it. Okay. I don't generally like shows where the fundamental part of it is that one character, romantic shows where one character is teasing another character. I'm just not super into that, but I did think that the art was cool. Spy Classroom's getting a second season. No fucking thanks. I don't know how that's getting a second season. Because it felt like the first season ended like abruptly, but like dramatically. I don't know. The second half of Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. I wanted to like this show very much. I feel like not enough happens in it. I wanted to enjoy it more than I did. So I don't know if I'll be watching it. I definitely won't be watching it weekly. I don't know how it got a first season, right? Yeah. Spy Classroom. Nah, I'm good. Sweet Reincarnation. It's about a boy named Pastry. This is a fun one, man. I have read a little bit of this light novel. It is a food centric isekai, and I think that yeah, his name is fucking Pastry, and there's some action in it. It's not just I'm gonna open up a sweet shop. Excuse me. There's some stuff that goes on. But I've enjoyed what I've read of this, and I'm definitely going to give this a go. Sinduality Noir. No, this is based on a video game. No, thanks. I'm good. Hey, look, I would love a mecha series that I could get into. Underground Haven, Tears of the New Moon, A Mysterious Rain. Nah, I think I'm okay. Oh, there's an AI. Tenpuru. Yeah, I'm gonna probably skip this one. I just think I'm done with one guy and lots of girls living together. I liked a lot. I liked Love Hina quite a bit. There's a soft spot in my heart for Tenchi Muyo. I have liked these series before. I don't know if 2023 Pat Baer has it in him to watch a series about a guy that wants to become a monk because he's got to figure his shit out and become settle down, but then a bunch of ladies live there. And now he's got to deal with that. I just don't know if I have that in me, even though I have liked series like this in the past. And also, first to say, Love Hina, not great. Not a great series, but I enjoyed it at the time. The Gene of AI, is that the Gene of AI? Madhouse. Ooh, I like Madhouse. I don't like this description. Humanity's dream. Crystal humanoid technology. They have illness just like humans, where the treatment options are quite different. The troubled AIs band together, and a new doctor at the facility, Pseudo, bears witness. I like Madhouse. I don't think I'm going to watch that. The girl I like forgot her glasses. This is a cute romance show that I will probably check out. It's just lovely. I've read some of this manga. I think it's very cute. It's just, yeah. I love the idea that she has squinting bitch face. I just think that's a funny premise that she forgets her glasses, so she's squinting and just is. And he's fucking psyched about that. He likes that. That's fun. We've had a lot of romance shows where the main dude's only issue is that people think he's scary, and I love the idea that you mean the AI one, Doodles? You're talking about the Gene of AI. I'm good. I don't think I'm going to check that out. I am going to check out the girl I like forgot her glasses because I like that manga. It's cute. The Great Cleric. We got another isekai. This is an isekai that I will probably check out. This is another, I believe. What is this? So this one is. I'm surprised that this got an anime adaptation because this manga is slow as fuck. A lot of this manga is this dude being trained to survive because a cleric is a class that doesn't really do a lot, and he's just a nonsense person. He's there's a whole point where people just get mad at him and he has to go I don't even think we'll get to this in the anime, but there's a whole arc, a very long arc, where he is just defeating undead in a maze. And that's his job. is like, oh, well, time to go back to another floor of the maze, kill more undead. It's just so slow. I'm really surprised this got an anime adaptation. The art here makes me worried. This photo feels like this might be budget, but I'm gonna try it because I think the anime or the I think it's interesting of a manga, so maybe I will like this. I don't know. It's just a date of July, so we don't know. The Masterful Cat is depressed again today. I at least have to give this a shot. Um, what the fuck is this? He's like a housekeeper cat. I don't know. I'm at least gonna have to try it. The most heretical last boss queen from Villainous to Savior. I enjoy the source material of this. I have read some of this light novel. Um, the cat one. Yes, I gotta try the cat one. I gotta try Masterful Cat is depressed again today. I gotta try it. This one, um, this is another like I woke up in like a light novel, but I'm or sorry, Atoma game. I woke up in an Atoma game. I'm the villainess. Wait, what if I figured that out early enough. What if I just try to save everybody? So, uh, at this point, we've seen a lot of adaptations like this, but it is something that I'm interested in. So I will be checking out Most Heretical Last Boss Queen. That's a high dive show. Great. I feel like I haven't had a lot of high dive shows for next season, so I want to justify my paying them a monthly fee. Undead Murder Farce. I like it when titles let me know I'm not going to watch the show because I'm not interested in Undead Murder Farce. I barely like any kind of farce. Um, the Cage User. Yeah, there's just like every element of this. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Do I like the idea of a disembodied head detective? Yes, I do like that, but not enough to watch it. Okay, this was the Sunshine in the Mirror one. This is the one that is like, I think already aired. Yes, the first episode is already aired. Uh, this was like an April Fool's joke that became real. This is like a Love Live spin-off, I think. This is like a magical girl with Love Live characters, I think. It's just a lot. I'm good. Uh, no. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Um, this is about a girl that was like playing hard to get, but then the guy that was interested in her decides takes the hint, but it wasn't the hint. It wasn't a hint. Uh, yeah, no, I don't want to watch that. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead is a very good name. It's a very good name, Zom 100. I don't think I'm going to be watching this, but I do like the idea of that. Uh, the idea of like, yeah, like a zombie world post apocalypse um, thing where he's just like, okay, I'm going to fill up my bucket list. The art seems kind of snappy, you know, but I'm probably not going to watch that. The continuation stories, I'm going to keep watching Sacrificial Princess probably. And then movies. I have been enjoying these Stars movies here. Dean and Toei together working on the Sailor Moon movies. I've been enjoying the Sailor Moon movies. A new City Hunter movie is kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Let's see if there's any movies that I'm like, oh man, more Resident Evil shit that I'll never watch. Sandland. They're adopting Sandland. It's so weird, y'all. It's so weird. Um, is there any news on that? No, we just got a TikTok and Instagram. Okay. Um, I'm a little worried that so many studios are involved. That is Akira Toriyama, Jatsu. Yes, this is Akira Toriyama. This is like Akira Toriyama's like short-lived, like dipping his toes, like first thing in Shonen Jump adaptation. I mean, you know, like it's the vehicles that like became popular in Dragon Ball, and Doctor Slump, of course, and the art style that is just like, oh yeah, that's some fucking Akira Toriyama shit. I'm excited about Sandland. I hope it's great. I love that it's gonna be a thing. Yeah, it's an anime and a video game. So yeah, this might be even more of like a commercial for the video game in a way. I don't know, but I'm excited for it. Ooh, I like that. The weird art style for that for Shin-chan. That's fun. There's gonna be more Baki. This is gonna be a series, but it says OVA because it's gonna release all at once on Netflix, and that's how AnyChart categorizes shows that come out all at once. They categorize them as OVAs or ONAs. Jatsu, when Baki's close to ending, it's time to relaunch Baki and start at the beginning again. More Bastard, the second season of Bastard. So that, again, will come out on Netflix all at once. I never got around to it because I don't keep up with my Netflix anymore. I never got around to watching the first season of this new adaptation of Bastard, Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy. But yeah, Bastard, they brought back Bastard, a manga that never actually ended, that like never finished, if I remember correctly. It is an unfinished work. So yeah, they're adapting more Bastard. Yeah, we never got an end of the manga. Baer Kuma Punch. This is the bonus episodes, shorts. They'll be on the Blu-ray. They probably won't end up on Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll's not good about that. It just ends in the middle of an arc. Yeah. Yeah. Beyblade Burst Quad Strike. Beyblades are back in anime form. More Fate shit. Get into it. There's more Fate coming. We've got, let's see. So this is going to be stuff that wasn't in the anime. Side stuff from the quintessential quintuplets. I don't know if that'll end up on Crunchyroll or not. And some kind of thing here. More Love Life bonus stuff. Otaku-chans. 2 loose and cute cats. That's fun. Some Azura Lane Queen's Order stuff. Let's see. Wrecker Ragnarok. It's hard to tell what ends up anywhere. Yeah. So if it's on High Dive and it's an OVA or an ONA, it most likely will show up because High Dive wants to put packages in the Blu-ray for international releases. So if it's an OVA or an ONA or a bonus on a Blu-ray, it's probably going to show up there. Don't know about the States, but I had no idea Tokyo Revengers Season 2 came out. It was only on Disney Plus in Canada. It was on Disney Plus / Hulu. Yeah, I knew about it because I was mad because it wasn't going to be on Crunchyroll. Sometimes it is tough to track stuff down. You're not wrong. That's why I use AnyChart to kind of try to find things that are coming out. Record of Ragnarok Season 2 Part 2. They must have caught up with the manga because the manga is really slow. I don't enjoy this as a piece of anything in any way, shape, or form. 7 Deadly Sins is kind of continuing, I guess, but not really. I don't know. There's some OVAs for Tonakawa Over the Moon for You. So the last OVA for Tonakawa between Season 1 and Season 2 ended up on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll doesn't always get the OVAs. They sometimes do, but they don't always. So this would be cool if they do. Cute. I think this came out on High Dive, Cute Executive Officer, and it came out all at once. This is a very fun show. Or they did episodes, but the episodes were like a bunch of shorts and blocks. It's a tiny child CEO. And then Oku, the Inner Chambers. I don't know what this is. And that's our anime. That's your lot. I'm going to wrap this up on the stream in a moment. But this is the video outro for the YouTube version of this. This was my 100th episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. Thank you for watching it. Thanks for watching the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button so that more people can see these videos. Leave a comment. That'll help people as well. Tell a friend if they're interested in shows coming up this season or they want to know about what happened in the spring season they might have missed and wanted a review. And let me know in the comments of this YouTube video what you would like to see in the future from Pat Baer's Anime Club. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next one. I have to start coming up with more ideas. I have one, but it requires a lot of research that I don't want to do. So I keep postponing it. But thanks for watching Pat Baer's Anime Club. I'll see you in the next one.